Fitness. Coming today with a little video on stretching, guys. How we should stretch, when we should stretch, and just a couple of my favourite ones. So there's a big thing with stretching where it's obviously important to do and we need to do it. But sort of when and how long. Now there's a big, like lots of people going about stretching straight after exercise. I'm not actually personally too much of a fan of this. I prefer in my programming, when I get people to do stuff, to focus more on mobility at the beginning of a workout, which we've done another video on, which you can check out. It's on the page. But focus on mobility at the beginning to open up a range of movement before you're going to train, because it's a bit more athletic and a bit more dynamic, so what you need to switch on your muscles. If we were to stretch and do long stretches and hold them, they're basically, when you're doing a long stretch and you say holding a hamstring stretch or whatever for 30 seconds, or you actually want your muscles to relax then. So it's not going to be ideal before you go and do exercise, because your muscles are going to get lazy and switch off. You want your muscles primed for exercise, which is where mobility is better. When you come to stretch after exercising, there's a whole thing of doing a load of stretching. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of doing tons of stretching afterwards. I am a fan of doing a bit, just quickly, and that's purely just to get rid of lactic acid in the body. So I might hold a hamstring stretch or whatever for, say, 10 seconds after I finish an exercise. But really, if you think about it logically, say if you've done like a big long run and you've done 45 minutes or an hour or half an hour, whatever it is, and you've really worked hard, and then you're going to your muscles, right now I want you to switch off and relax and stretch loads, they're never really going to do it properly. So you're better off just doing a quick stretch then, yeah? Get rid of a bit of lactic acid so it's not, so your muscles aren't stiff and you don't get DOMS and soreness afterwards. And then what I like to get clients to do is just have a little brief routine they can do, which focuses on the big muscles in the body, and that they can do like at night or something. They can hold them stretches there for like a minute or two, really work on that developmental aspects, because that is mainly what we want to get our stretches to do. Focus on one area of the big muscles to really try and increase the length in that muscle. All right, and that's why I do like a little routine when we haven't been working at night, where your muscles can relax and purely work on that. Okay, so that's my take on stretching and what I like to do personally, and I get better results with clients from it. So mobility to start with, light stretching once we've trained, but nothing too intense, just doing the areas you've really worked, and then a bit of a routine at night you can do on a regular basis to really grow length into the area. So I'm going to give you 5 stretches that I do which I like, and they really just work on big muscles. Now obviously people are individual for why where they're tight and stuff, but as a general thing, this is what I would do. So I'd always work on my hamstrings and my posterior chain, so all the muscles down the back of my leg. I've got a big resistance band here. If you haven't got one of these, you can use like a towel or something, and all you're going to do is wrap it around the balls of your feet, lie on your back, and then just hold. And if you can actually time yourself, yeah, the longer you can do this for, the better. It's called developmental stretching. Your brain sends a signal to your leg saying, can you stretch more? Your leg goes, yeah, I can, then it sends it back and back. So the longer you can stay like this for, the more flexible you're going to get. Okay, I recommend 2 minutes a side, something like that, and then obviously you're going to change over. So that would be for, this is working the whole of the back of my leg into my glutes really. All right, the next one I would do is a quadricep stretch. So the quads are here. Now when we do this, if you lie on your side, it's a lot easier to bend your knee and get your heel up to your bum. All right, so but when we do it, we want to keep our knees relatively close, but we want to try and push our hip through and pull our knee back, and then pull our heel into our bum. All right, that is really going to be a nice deep, and the more you can push your hips through there and pull your knee back, the more you're going to get that whole quad stretching. When you stretch as well, you want your muscles to try and relax as much as possible. So if we're doing something like a hamstring stretch, I wouldn't particularly be here, because I've still got to stabilize with this muscle to be in this position, which is why we want to just let the muscles relax completely. All right, after this, bit of a rotational stretch. I'm going to lie on my side. I'm just going to put my arms out, and I'm going to shift myself onto my left butt cheek, and then I'm going to bring my knee across down towards the floor, look at my right hand, and I'm going to pull that knee into the floor. Now if you want to make this more intense, you can put like a weight or something on your hand. It's going to pin your shoulder down more, and then you can really just focus on pulling this knee down, and you can get a big glute, hip, lower back rotational stretch going on there. All right, Obviously I do that both sides. After this, guys, a bit of upper body stuff. So nice wide stance. We're just going to do 2 upper body stretches here. I'm going to come up in the air. You're going to actually come over onto one side and then just literally try and let the arm drop. Try and keep your chest facing forward, and you should feel this stretch all the way down this outside, down the lat muscles, up into your shoulder. Really great stretch for the lats, that is. And then the last one, something for the front of your chest and your shoulders. All we're going to use, I've just propped up a bit of furniture here, and all I'm going to do is put my elbow above my shoulder, okay, against the wall or whatever it might be, and then I'm going to press into this this wall or furniture, whatever you're using, and then rotate against it and truly try to open up my chest and push my shoulder into this space here, like towards the camera almost, and rotate around to get this big stretch through the chest muscles, through the shoulder, and really relax. So again, guys, I like that long stretch routine in the evenings. There's just 5 that I do. The longer you can hold a stretch for, the better. The more developmental you're going to get out of it. And then what that will do is in turn, improve your mobility sessions and your overall athletic performance. But yeah, so brief stretching after you've trained, mobility, big bit of mobility before, really focusing on what you're going to work. A little bit of stretching after, just to get rid of lactic acid. Developmental in the evening, really work on lengthening out those muscles. Hope that helps, guys. Any questions, drop them in the comments. Please like and subscribe and get a little notification on that bell so you can see all the other stuff I'm posting. And I hope you're okay, and I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.